I can't take it anymore. All this slander coming towards BLUELOCK Season 2 is driving me crazy. But I have to accept the facts. Look at this, man. 8-Bit has done irreversible damage to BLUELOCK's name in a matter of 4 episodes alone. But after watching the last 3 episodes, for some reason, I tricked myself into thinking, you know what? They'll adapt Ryo's chapter Chameleon nicely at least. This is an important moment in the manga for his character. Surely they do him right. Yeah, I lost all faith before he even shot the ball. Now, believe it or not, a new statement was recently released from an animator about why season 2 of BLUELOCK is actually so bad. If you want to pause and read it quickly, be my guest. Long story short, this animator knew it was gonna be a disaster from the jump, and he quit working on it after episode 2 alone. He also mentioned that they basically had no time to actually animate it, and they were given low pay as well. To make matters worse, for some reason they decided to force this poor man not to work on 1 or 2, but 5 episodes at the same time. Like, I had to reread that to make sure I wasn't tripping. What confused me the most was some animators did manage to finish certain projects on time, but the studio decided to take out many of the cuts, giving us the PNG lock we have to suffer with today. What really angers me is that 8-Bit had made so much money from the first season of BLUELOCK, but instead of using it to make the series better, they pocketed all the money and decided to take shortcuts, and now look what we got. The rating from last season compared to this season is laughable, a 8.23 versus a 7.10, and this season arguably has some of the greatest peaks from the manga. It's actually outrageous to see one of the best-selling mangas of 2023 at the time beating other mangas like Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece get the 7 Deadly Sins treatment. And you won't believe what I've been seeing on my timeline recently. And I blame all you sick individuals for this even being a thing. As I was enjoying my day, I stumbled across the internet laughing at BLUELOCK as they get the shitty animation, while this girl horse racing anime has been buzzing. And as the curious person I am, I decided to check it out. I was left stunned with the most beautiful animation I've ever seen since Frieren. And this did nothing but enrage me. You're telling me something less popular like this is getting beautiful animation while BLUELOCK is suffering? I must be getting pranked. I'm looking like Sigma from Overwatch right now.
Hold it together. Hold it together. Hold it together. Hold it together.
Okay, now that I've calmed down, let's take a look at this episode for instance. The beginning bit was a bit of yap with Isagi and the randoms as they talk about the previous match they just played in before we transition into the next game. Ryo and Nagi are back together on the same team for the first time since last season. And they weren't exactly on the best of terms together because last season, Ryo wanted to prove to himself that he can be a worthy enough player to compete with Nagi. And most anime-only fans just came back from watching episode Nagi in theaters too, so of all the characters that are fresh in our minds, it should be these two guys. So we're hoping that we finally get to see them back in action. But I use the word action loosely since all the scenes so far literally have just been characters sliding across the page like some transition from CapCut. 8-Bit, hire me if you just need an artist to make PNG slide across the screen. And I don't know who told them we needed more visual effects, but this season they've turned it up to 1,000. Literally every other scene is slapped with some visual effects as if this is an excuse to not animate the episode. You know it's bad when we have fans who've actually animated BLUELOCK better than the animators themselves. Not even 10 seconds after kickoff, they hit us with this slideshow they call animation as Ryo tries to pass the ball to Nagi. And I don't know if you guys noticed this yet, but these fast lines they put in the corners are literal gimmicks to mess with our minds into thinking that the characters are actually moving, but in reality, nothing is moving. So it's basically like we're reading the colored version of the manga, but anime form. And someone please put me out of my misery, because why are they butchering such a hyped character like Shido? Do you remember how much aura this guy had in one episode alone? He walked in smooth like, talked his shit, and left us curious for more. Surely enough, they kept the same energy during the first episode this season too. So you'd think someone who has some of the sickest goals in the manga would at least get some special treatment from the animators. But this season has not given this man one smooth animation scene yet. Obviously, these still shots are going to be nice, but every time I see Shido moving, it hurts my brain. I can't believe they're doing the number 2 dirty like this. Every single time he's on the screen, I can't even recognize bro. But this whole episode has been from Ryo's point of view, as he's been going through an internal conflict, trying to understand how to become the best striker, or they call it an egoist. The music drops, he places the ball, he tilts his head up with glowing eyes. At this point, I was about to go crazy thinking they saved the animation for this moment. Then I saw him kick the ball and I knew it was raps. Back to the moving lines again! And here come the visual effects too, trying to fool everyone into thinking this is real animation. Same thing they did with Isagi last episode, where it's all flashy like, but it's nothing but PNGs moving around, and they did the same for Ryo, as we finally get to see him reveal his signature move Chameleon, where he can copy any weapon with 99% accuracy. I'd sound more hype if they didn't hit us with a ripple effect for this scene. Like, please man, I just want to enjoy this as much as everyone else did, but they're making it practically impossible to do so with this lazy animation. Sure enough, Nagi and Ryo still lost the game. I don't blame them, they were up against the two current best players in BLUELOCK, but at least we got to see great development from Ryo and Nagi as they discuss that there's still work to be done together. But every time I even crack a smile, 8-Bit's there to remind me how much they don't care about the series, because why are they sneaking in CGI in this scene, man? But as I watched the ending play out, there was a bit left from the chapter that they were still adapting. And surely enough, they saved all their animation for Sai Itoshi, as they tease us with someone he wants to team up with from BLUELOCK. 8-Bit, you're focusing on the wrong players this episode. This spotlight was supposed to be on Ryo. How dare— Personally, I think if you haven't picked up the BLUELOCK manga, this adaptation has been a great reason to do so. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to press the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. Comment down below your thoughts on this season of BLUELOCK so far. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.